I want you to imagine a deeply ordinary moment with me. You step onto the train, maybe the bus, the subway carriage, and the doors just hiss shut behind you. It's a transition so mundane we barely even notice it. The platform, with all its noise and urgent people, it just vanishes.
And the world outside the window, it instantly blurs. It becomes just streaks of light and concrete speed.
And inside the carriage, for just a breath, there's this subtle collective settling.
Yeah, shoulders drop. Eyes might drift downward from a phone screen for, I don't know, a split second. It's an involuntary moment of surrender. It's like a sigh held by 50 strangers at once.
That is the space we're here to explore. We're calling it the secret silence of motion, because usually we treat these few minutes of transit, that's in between, as basically dead time, a void.
Right. It's filler space, a tax on our productivity that we feel we have to fill with noise, with planning, scrolling, rehearsing arguments in our heads.
And in doing that, we rush toward the life we're supposed to be living at the destination.
And we completely miss the life we're inhabiting right now, in the rush itself.
So our mission in this deep dive is to explore the unexpected, paradoxical gift of this silence in motion. To see what happens when we intentionally stop treating the commute as a gap in our schedule.
And start treating it as a sanctuary, an opportunity hidden in plain sight.
The first thing to notice is the nature of the quiet you mentioned. It's not the carefully curated silence of a weekend retreat.
No, not at all. It's so ordinary. It's found in the mechanical hum of the wheels, the distant announcement. It doesn't ask you to be spiritual, it just is.
And that really is the core of the paradox, isn't it? We spend so much energy seeking quiet in these grand external quests, but we overlook the quiet that is consistently available right here.
We're looking for something that is already holding us.
Exactly.
But that habit of constantly looking ahead, what's the real cost of that? If every moment is just a bridge to the next, we never actually set foot on the ground we're on.
It's like standing in a beautiful garden, but only focusing on the map to the exit gate. And here's where it gets really interesting, drawing from, ancient wisdom traditions. This transit ride, this mandatory motion, is your lotus. There's a story about a monk who was searching for enlightenment everywhere but where he was.
Right.
And the master just said to him, "You're already sitting on the lotus. You just keep standing up to search for it."
That insight really flips the whole idea of waiting and attainment on its head. But I have to ask, if I'm a listener on a crowded, delayed train, how do I feel like I'm sitting on a glorious lotus? I'm probably just getting anxious about my next meeting.
And that's the beautiful deception of it. It's not about physical comfort. It's about mental suspension. For this temporary, enclosed time, you are suspended from needing to perform. There's no past to correct right now, no urgent future to fix. You are just a body moving through space. And that is enough.
So it's the enforced anonymity that's the key ingredient.
Yes.
You're unseen, anonymous. No one expects anything from you here. You aren't answering emails, you aren't producing results. So the demanding chatter of the mind can finally settle. It's a gift that arrives precisely because you aren't needed.
It's the ultimate paradox of travel. Outside, you're moving rapidly, rushing along the rails. Yet internally, this is the one moment you have the chance to be utterly, profoundly still.
So stillness isn't the opposite of motion. It's what? Its secret companion? Riding silently alongside us?
Precisely. And we can take this even further into the realm of awareness, moving from just feeling to really seeing.
You mentioned the concept of a koan. For anyone unfamiliar, a koan isn't a riddle you solve with logic. It's more of a question that you're meant to hold, like you'd hold a smooth stone.
Yes, you hold it until the mind stops trying to answer and just learns to listen. And the train ride itself, with its unavoidable pause, it presents an unwritten koan of its own. That gentle, humming silence between stations is a question without words, and the question is, who are you when you're not actively doing anything?
But our modern minds are trained to answer that with a resume, right? With a list of tasks. We measure life's meaning in arrivals, the promotions, the graduations. We celebrate the stations.
We completely devalue the quiet ride between them.
Which is why children often get this better than we do. A child on the subway isn't thinking about wasted time. To them, the tunnel is this exciting cave of lights.
They haven't learned the script yet. The script that says, this time is wasted.
And that script, that psychological weight, is exhausting. We carry our minds like these ridiculously overloaded backpacks, just stuffed with yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's anxieties.
And we don't notice that the present moment, right now, as you're listening to this, is light enough to float. The very act of transit forces a surrender. You don't drive, you ride. You have to trust the system. And that surrender allows us, for just a few minutes, to set that heavy bag down.
So what does that look like practically? For someone on the train right now, how do they move from just feeling the anxiety to actually, letting go?
It's so subtle. It isn't a grand declaration. It's simply turning your attention from the mental loop, the worry about the meeting, to the undeniable reality. Notice the texture of the seat, the specific sound of the air conditioning, the shifting light on the floor.
So the attention to the mundane is the setting down of the bag. The moment you shift from mental narrative to physical presence, the bag rests.
Exactly. And this connects so well to an insight from the Zen master Dogen. He traveled to China looking for the profoundest understanding. When he returned, they asked him what he brought back.
And his response was, I came with empty hands and I return with empty hands.
Yes, but now I know that emptiness is full.
Which is such a revolutionary idea in our productivity culture. It says meaning isn't earned through attainment, it's noticed when you stop striving.
You don't get full by filling your hands. You realize the fullness in the moment you've been overlooking.
Which brings us to that teaching. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water.
The action doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the awareness you bring to it. Before, you're rushing through the chopping to get to the carrying. After, you're simply chopping wood. You embody the moment, you don't escape it.
And this leads us to maybe the deepest provocation of all. What if your entire life, not just the commute, is a metro ride?
What if the destinations we spend our whole lives racing toward, success, perfect happiness, what if they're illusions that just keep proceeding? The moment we arrive, we're already planning the next departure.
We never actually settle. And that idea of identity suspension you mentioned, you can feel it when you look around the carriage at all the strangers. The roles we cling to, worker, parent, student, they're all momentarily suspended. Your identity softens.
And in that suspension, we brush against what some call our original face. There's that famous Karian, what was your original face before your parents were born? It's asking who you are beneath all the layers of stories and achievements. In the quiet anonymity of the train, you can glimpse that.
And yet, the mind just protests, doesn't it? It shouts, but I have responsibilities. I have to get things done. This is wasting crucial time.
And Zen just replies with this sharp, brilliant clarity. But must you miss your life while doing them? This isn't about being passive, it's the opposite. It's radical, total engagement with the moment as it is.
It's true. The effort to be present often becomes the biggest barrier to presence. You don't create it, you cease to block it.
And in that allowance, the train, with its enforced pause and its gentle motion, it transforms. It becomes a moving zendo, a temple on wheels. You are the silent practitioner, not seeking anything outside the carriage, but just allowing reality to reveal itself exactly where you are.
And that includes the disruptions, right? The phone ringing, someone coughing. That is a zendo too. It's that kill the Buddha insight. You don't cling to the image of peace.
Exactly. Stillness isn't the absence of chaos. It's the presence that holds the chaos. And now, the final realization. It begins to crystallize as the train slows. You feel it in your body, that soft deceleration.
And in that slowing, the truth starts to surface. The stations, the goals, the destinations, they were never the ultimate point. The real teaching wasn't in the getting there. It was in the being here while going.
We're not travelers waiting impatiently to reach ourselves. We are the journey itself. The metro ride acts as a mirror, not of who you are when you succeed, but who you are when nothing is required of you.
And if we can find that quality of attention on the train, then we realize home isn't a single location you reach. It's the quality of attention you bring to wherever you are.
The secret whispered by the metro is so simple. The ordinary is the portal. The mundane is the mystery.
So as you're about to step out, back into the world of names and schedules, try to carry this awareness with you. Don't wait for a grand retreat. Wake up now. In the rustle of your coat, the weight of your bag, the sound of the doors opening.
You step out, knowing every single moment is a destination. And every destination is also the space between.
So the final koan we leave you with to carry into the motion of your day.
You were never lost. You were just moving too fast to notice you'd arrived.
And the deepest question of all remains. What is the sound of a life fully lived?
Listen, not with your ears, but with your entire being. In the silence that follows this dive, you might just hear it.